The words low battery appear right before your eyes. You take off your VR headset and realized your whole life was just a VR simulation which you've been playing for only a few minutes. How do you react? Just like the simulations. Lies. Deception. Deception. Lies. I play the sequel, Roy 2. Gods, that was awful. Way too arbitrary. Pay to win. And what's with the loot boxes? This game sucks. To be fair, it only uses in-game currency. What if all rich people secretly are pay to win players? I am shocked. I turn down the difficulty and try again. I wish I could give you gold. Row. Thanks, all bows with respect. I got him for ya. And you. Legendary. Steal batteries from the TV remote and keep playing. Duh. I'd throw the VR set away and keep the dead batteries as a reminder that I should never F with VR again. Just don't touch the long form experiences category again. You'll be fine. I'll be amazed how I managed to get effed up in a game where I am supposed to be the protagonist. Edit. Thanks for the gold and silver. It turns out your controller was broken so you couldn't activate any of your powers, making you no better than the NPCs. Still better than the other half of the scoreboard somehow. That's because you were playing on easy. A real gamer would start as an orphan in Kenya and turn off the education and modern healthcare options. I go online and find a walkthrough so I don't fail miserably again. You find CCTV footage of you currently online searching for a walkthrough. I can't see anyone has mentioned it yet, but there was a redditor once who actually had this sensation after a concussion. He lived a whole lifetime, came to and realized it wasn't real, and struggled with depression because his wife and children never existed and he missed them so much. I don't know how real it was, but it's hard not to feel pity. That would probably be my answer to this question. I would probably have the biggest anxiety attack of my life and probably not being able to deal with the fact that my girlfriend was just a simulation. I'd probably be relieved as if that I only lost a few minutes to this awful life I thought was mine, then turned out to just be a simulation. I wouldn't. I'd be effectively gone. The person who was playing the simulation would have to react to it instead. I hope they hated every minute of it, the stupid jerk. Effing pay to win garbage. Wanted to quit anyway. Dude, I suck at this. What if the goal was to suck in this game? Has anyone found the final boss yet? I look down. AWWF. I'm still fat. Test to see if you're on the real world or dreaming by cutting your belly off with rusty scissors. Scooping it with rusty spoon. I'm so relieved it isn't true. Oh thank God. 2 stars. Probably cry for a very long time. All my experiences, the feelings, pain, love, happiness, the people I knew and how content I am with my life RN. And it keeps getting better. None of it existed and I would long for it deeply. The only other thing I would ask myself is why TF did I have the depression debuff? Why cry? Just charge the battery and put the headset back on. Did I save? Double quote. I hope not. Check the mirror and hope my real body isn't also one I hate. Turns out you thought it was funny to turn all the sliders on the character creator to the extremes. I found out my life is a video game Rick and Morty play. Username checks out. Post a very strongly worded review on how shooty and boring the game is. 40+ hours of cubicle grinding per week really. What kind of sick game is this? Then I take off that headset. Then the next. Then the next. Then the next. Humans, what a crazy asset species for the devs to think up. What kind of sick, twisted, a-hole wrote that storyline? Edited to close the effing quotes. It would explain a lot. Also, this reminds me of the Red Dwarf episode, Back to Reality. Immediately loaded up a game knowing that it's a simulation and also knowing how historical events in the stock market are going to play out. Let's get weird. Oh, and also super rich. The stocks are procedurally generated. RC Cola and Tab are the 2 major competing soda brands. Texas Instruments makes the OS on nearly every computer in the world. And Ask Jeeves has nearly bought every company and taken over the world. I charge it and go back. If 31 years has only been a few minutes, I can see out this life and be back to my other life in time for tea. Turns out it's an online multiplayer RPG and your husband exists in the real world somewhere, and now the question is, do you try to find him in the real world? Get annoyed at how shooty I was doing. Change the batteries. Plug it in. Whatever. Start over. Pick a different character. Wake up and hear someone say hey you're finally awake. Insert creaking of a rickety cart and horse hooves. Depends, is my real name Dwayne Dibley or Jake Bullet? I'm Dwayne Dibley. Oh my god, I'm free. Oh my god. It's over. Finally I'm free to live my life. Here, in this real reality, I've been given a gift. I can start again, taking what I learned from the experience to better myself and others. This life was indistinguishable from the simulation, but still I will choose to live with the dignity of knowing my life is truly my own again. I take a moment to examine myself. I touch my fleshy fingertips to the scales of my foul flesh. A large sack of fat tissue encompasses my body. Oh, no. How long was I in there? And this? What is this? I ask, as I yank the tubes from my swollen red arm. What happened to me? This is what I really am. Huh, I'll just have to turn some things around. I can do it. I take a look at my surroundings. I'm in a minuscule room, with nothing but my chair and a metal door. This is awful. Have I really been plugged in this whole time? A little exercise will help. I try to pull myself up to my feet, but end up simply pulling myself into the cold, filthy carpet of my dwelling. My legs. Oh my god, my legs are gone. I examine them. They've been amputated. I try so hard to remember the time before the simulation, but it's no use. That was so long ago, right? I try to remember. A family, a friend, anyone. I drag myself to the door and push it ajar. The sight I behold is difficult to describe. To the left and right of my chamber is a line of others that stretch as far as I can see, and beyond that is nothing. Collapsing buildings, dried up riverbeds, mounds of garbage left to decay, leaving only the non-degradable filth behind. Dirt devoid of grass, or life for that matter. There is no one. It's pitch black, only an enormous, rubbled moon reflecting a blinding light from the sun. I stare in awe and horror. Then, the ambient temperature begins to rise very quickly. I easily break a sweat. Peeking over the horizon is the sunrise. I watch as Earth's sun raises itself above the jagged horizon of derelict buildings and craters. The sun slowly encompasses the entire sky, easily 1,000 times larger than it should be. It's blood red. As my skin begins to blister painfully, I drag myself back inside as quickly as I can and I slam the chamber closed. I pull myself into my seat and slip the goggles on again. Simulation 223 sim time duration. 84 years real time duration. 180 seconds. Would you like to begin? Yes. Look man, I don't know who the hell you think you are, but have my damn upvote and never do that shit again, alright? I get that feeling sometimes, so I get a little I told you so high, then go about my day. I really wasted my 20s, and I never should have gone back to the carpet store after surviving cancer. That depends on what my life is really like. Is it better, worse, or the same as the VR simulation? Check if my manhood is still a disappointment. And what if you actually a girl? For the first 20 years of my life, I wouldn't have cared. In fact, if I emerged from the VR world to find that I'm actually a cis girl, I'd have been relieved. Now, I'd be devastated. I love my boyfriend more than I've ever loved anyone or anything in my life. The thought of him not even being real, of never being able to see or talk to him again, is making me tear up just writing this, and I know it isn't true. F that. Thank F for that. Uninstall the Interesting Times DLC and restart. WTF. It's only been a few minutes, so why is IT on low battery? It's a faulty VR headset. My life is a faulty VR headset? Sounds about right. Dwayne Dibley. Why did I go back to the carpet store after beating cancer? Shoulder went off grid. No social security. That's how it's done. Holy shoot. This guy's going off the grid. This guy doesn't have a social security number for Oi. Man, I am looking forward to season 4. I'll continue later and proceed to make dinner. Today's special, cereal box with rotten meat. As you guessed, I'm a raccoon. Hello raccoon. Big fan here. Loved your work in Guardians of the Galaxy. Well, since I can afford a VR setup, I must be richer in this new life, so I'd be pretty stoked honestly. On the other hand, everyone owns a headset in Ready Player One, even the people living in a shooty trailer. It could just be a basic tool in that world. You're still in a massively more technologically advanced society. It'd be like going from medieval merchant to modern day sales assistant. Lower status sure, but think of all the quality of life improvements. Hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe to Reddit Nation for more juicy Reddit content and check out our second channel. We upload every day. See you soon.